Hi, CG friends. Today is Sunday, August 31st, 2025, and welcome to season 2, episode 12 of Addie's Cross and Quilts. Hi, my name is Addie, and welcome to my stitching journey. If you are new, this is my little piece of the interweb where I am documenting my love of cross stitch along with quilting and some other crafting stuff. If you're a new subscriber, thank you. I feel the love. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for leaving your comments. And to my returning subscribers and viewers, hi. I am loving the comments that you're leaving. I'm loving everything that you're doing. Thank you for coming back and watching. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the likes. I'm really appreciating that you are coming along with me to this little journey of my, just leaving my documenting. I decided to just document this. I have 2 granddaughters, and because my son, well, all of my kids are in the military, but because my son doesn't live none of them live nearby me, but the one that has the grandkids, they don't live nearby me, and I sometimes see them through video, but I don't get to spend time with them. I just wanted to document something so that when the kids get older, they can come back and they can see a little bit of me and see what I've done, and hopefully they get to see a little bit of Abita. So I'm hoping that by my documenting and leaving a little bit of my legacy, they can get to know who their Bita was. Along with my sharing, I'm hoping that I can inspire, encourage, and enable you to do something and create something beautiful. So that's basically why I do this, and that's why I share, because sharing is caring, right? So anyway, moving along, I would suggest you get comfortable. I think this is gonna be a long one because it's been a month, and my mind is chaotic. I think I am undiagnosed ADHD or ADD or whatever you call it, because my mind is all over the place. I remember and forget things like that. Along with that, the medication I'm on makes me have brain fog. So I think if you could have a picture of my brain, it will be like all over the place, and somewhere along the line it connects. Yeah, I'm that crazy. I laugh at myself. But I try to document with my planner. I try to remember everything, and hopefully we'll get through. So I will put a disclaimer, because I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. It might be funny, it might be not. Grab along a drink, but drink with caution. I don't want you to spray anything out while you're drinking, because I don't know what I'm going to say. But I've been told that I say some funny stuff, and I have to say that disclaimer. So I'm saying that disclaimer. So what do I have in store today? I do have a lot and a little bit. I have a lot because I was very busy this month. I'm thankful for God or high spirit, or however you want to put it, because I'm very spiritual. I do believe, but this isn't about that. But I feel that higher power, God, however you want to call him, has put the right doctors, medical people in my life. I was able to get a pain management doctor, and with that, I have been very busy this month of August, and this is final. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but this is my August wrap-up video. And anyway, and because of the injections that I've been getting, the pain management injections that I've been getting, I haven't suffered, like, I haven't been bedridden. I have been very busy. I have been going to Stitchy Saturdays. I went to a retreat. I went to visit and spend a day with a friend, and we died. So I have been a very busy Addie this month. So, right? So, I have a finish. My first ever Teresa Kogut. I finished my first ever Teresa Kogut. I'm so excited. And I'm addicted to Teresa now. Did you see her no release for her Halloween? That owl. I'm in love with that. If you haven't seen it, go check out her video. Her Halloween release video. I think she released it. I'm not sure. Yeah, she did. I think I saw it on her Halloween book. I'm in love with that owl pattern. You know, I might just end up buying the book just to stitch that owl. And there's another pattern in there, but I'm in love with that owl. And then, so I have a finish. I found a frame in Goodwill, but I haven't fully finished. So maybe in the next video, I'll have a fully finished. And then I have some worked on. I've also had some that I'm not including here, some WIPS and some starts that I'm not including in this video because I am doing the 13 weeks of Halloween, where every week I'm showing a pic, you know, because we're doing a 13-week countdown to Halloween. But I don't know. Give me your suggestions. Give me your ideas. I'm not going to say no, but I would appreciate if you give me an idea. I don't know if to do this once a month update, because for me, I forget what I'm working on and then I put it away and then I'm like, oh no, I was supposed to leave it out to do an update. So I don't know if, since I'm already filming to do the 13-week of Halloween, to just do a whole mini once a week recording or twice a week update. What, you know, just give me your suggestions, because right now when I'm feeling good, I keep busy. When I'm not feeling well, that's when you don't see me or hear about me. So let me know, and I would appreciate. I would really would appreciate it. So again, sorry about having you all over the place, but you know, let me see if I can bring it in. So without further ado, I have FFO, WIPS, new starts, all of that good stuff. So let's go. My FFO is New Beginnings by Teresa Kogut. It is on, I don't even know where I have it stitched. I think it's Graceful Gray, 28 count Graceful Gray. And I did change the color for the house, but yeah, I did use the Oscar. Look how cute. And I did, hey, I ironed this for you, okay? I pressed it or ironed it or whatever you want to call it for you. That's how much I love it, because you know I just throw it on. But yes, I ironed this. Look how pretty it looks. I'm so in love. I did the back stitch and I did all of that stuff. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at that. Look at that. So hopefully I'll show you this. Look, I even put my little initials. Where is it? See? You see my initials on the year? Ah, I am so in love with this. Look at the body. So I will be framing this myself. I found a frame at Goodwill. I'm framing this myself, and I am going to be hanging up right there in that spot you see there. So this is my finish, my first finish for Teresa Kogut, and I'm excited about that. Moving along, I have a start. This is what it looks like. It is a Carolyn Manning. It is my first Carolyn Manning. I've got a lot of firsts, don't I? It is my first Carolyn Manning. I am stitching this as part of my stitchy friends, Dawn and Rebecca and Miss Bridget for Crafts and Books. We did a 24-hour challenge, which was try to stitch on any of the whatever Carolyn Manning, and I have always wanted to stitch this, and it's so pretty. So it's Obrieta from Carolyn Manning. I started this on the 15th of August. It's stitched on a 14 count Ada, the color of oatmeal, and I did change some colors. I changed 38.35 to 5.53, 38.36 to 5.52, and 7.12 to 38.23. And it was because you couldn't see it, and you still can't see 38.23, but it's there. So, and this is where I'm at. I think I know I stitched over 1,000 stitches. I just forgot to think. I'm going to try to be more consistent, but I'm all over the place. Isn't that pretty? So yes, and we're gonna be so Dawn from Enchanted Stitches. We've gotten very, very close. We met last year and it was fun to meet her, and hopefully we're going to be able to meet up again next year. And we're planning Manning Mondays. So that's one of the things we're planning for 2026. We might start it now to see how it works, where we're going to pull out our Carolyn Manning and try to work a minimum of like 500 stitches on it to see how it works, because we also have other cross stitch things that we're doing, but that's the fun of it. Next is Put a Bird on It. This is from the Sunshine Stitches, EJ's birthday. So if anybody knows, EJ is stitching Put a Bird on It by Modern Fort Embroidery from her birthday, and she has it divided by 12. I think I'm on time. I might be a little bit behind, but I'm not 100% sure. This is where it was the last time I shared this, and this is where it's at. I am so excited. Of course, you know me, needle. But you know what? This is my my trade, right? It's not Addie if it doesn't have a needle and it doesn't have thread hanging. Like you can tell. It's like I was talking to one of my stitchy friends, and they were saying, okay, we can identify Addie's favorite DMC. What is Addie's favorite DMC color? 550. It's like you can identify her by 550. You can identify her by her needle and her hanging threads. So this is where I'm at, and what did I put? What did I do? Let me see. I'm trying to remember what I did. I did. So I added this. I can't even remember what I did now. I think I added this. I finished this. I added this, and I added this. So this, and this. If I'm correct. Yeah, I did a lot. I don't remember if this was here the last time I shared it. That's the thing. But if this wasn't there, I think this was there. I'm not sure. But I do know this was added because it's not done. But this was added, and this was added, and this was added. So I did do a good bit. And if not, then, oh well. I'm sharing with you again. Because I forgot to look. I forgot to look at the picture. Now, someone asked me if I'm going to be putting the alphabets. No, I don't. Like, I might do 1 or 2 samplers with an alphabet if it has to be, but I still haven't decided because alphabets on me. Maybe I'll do 1 alphabet just to say yes, I did it, but not on this one. I'm thinking of putting the initials of all of the kids, all for the family. So I have 4 kids, my husband, myself. So I'm thinking about putting the alphabets, the initials of all of our kids, but I'm not sure. Again, but this is where we're at. It's so pretty. I am so happy for this. This is being stitched on a 28 count Lugana by Swigard. Is Country Mocha. I'm using oh, I forgot to share. I'm sorry, not 28, 32 count Lugana Country Mocha. I'm using a combination of Mo's silk. So I'm using Old Moss, Mystic River, Too Good to Be Scared, Chestnut Puree, And then I'm using Plankton by Bestitch Me, and I'm using Diptace by Bestitch Me. So yes, I'm using 6 colors. At first I was gonna use 5, but then I'm like, nope, we have to add a 6th color because I'm that weird one. So yes. So this is my unpaid this is my unpaid advertising for Mo's sale. You guys need to head on to, she does have an Etsy shop. I just found out she has an Etsy shop. I never knew she had an Etsy shop because I always buy from her on Facebook. But head over to Mo's Sale on Facebook, literally M-O Sale on Facebook. And what she does is she shows a picture on Friday morning to show what she's putting out, what she's dyed. It's silk. And sometimes she does silk on a roll. Like I have an example of what it is. Sometimes she does it like this. And like this roll is 360 yards of 1 strand silk. And it's the equivalent of, it's almost like a 12 weight or like a sulky. Really, really nice. Very smooth. The people I have introduced her silk to say it stitches like butter. It's very, very, I love it. And for the price, yes. So head on out to Facebook and look for her. You know, she'll welcome you to her group. Very affordable. She charges $4 for a 17-yard 6-strand skein of silk, and $20 for a 120-yard 6-strand skein of hank. So, and then that's on her Facebook. I don't know, I haven't gone to her Etsy, but I just found out like a week or 2 weeks ago that she has a Etsy store, because she sells it first on Facebook, and then this is new, she just did this, so I don't know, but she will sell it, she will open it on Facebook on Saturday morning, and then whatever she doesn't sell on Saturday on Facebook, she closes out on Monday, I think it is, or Sunday, and then she puts it in her Etsy store. Just this, I guess she just started this process like 2-3 weeks ago. So check her out. Love her silk. And I think if you've seen me, my videos from before, you know I'm always bigging up Mo's Sales. I know I buy all. She has not I'm not affiliated with her. She does not give me free products. I support her because I love her silks. I have a collection. You see those boxes over there? Those the dark blue ones, the 2 dark blue ones. Yeah, I got another one because that's all silk. It's filled. It's so full that I had to put the 2 other ones on top to keep it closed because it's filling up. And yeah, that's not including the ones that I pulled out to kit up for my special projects. So my next one is my Brenda Gervais, because I'm in love with Brenda Gervais too. I don't know what happened to me. I think but this one is Brenda Gervais with the needle and thread. It's called When the Earth Laughs. I'm not pulling it out of the plastic. This is what it looks like. I didn't do my homework, okay? So I don't know where it was at, but this is where it was at. You guys can look at the difference. This is where it was at. Needle, let me pin it back on better. Needle and hanging thread. This is where it was at, and this is where it is at now. Needle and hanging thread. We know Addie. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Okay, this is what happened. So I think the reason why I leave the needle now is because one day I picked up my project. I said I was going to go with the project since it was kitted up, and I thought I had needles in the project bag, and I didn't. So here it is. I had needles, and I didn't have any, I mean, I had a project, but I didn't have any needles, and I couldn't stitch because I didn't have any needles, and I was sitting bored for like an hour waiting in the doctor's office. So you're probably wondering what the heck I'm doing that's taking so long for me not to be able to show the thing. Well, yours truly has a thread hanging, and it's right in front of everything, and I'm trying to get the thread out of the way so that you guys can see the project and the thread not being here. See, this is the thread hanging there. So I was trying to get the thread out of the way and put the needle back. This is a little bit of my chaos. Okay? This is a little bit of my chaos. This is the real me. Me and my cross-stitch drama. I'm trying to be more organized, and the more I try to be more organized, the more chaotic I am. So you guys saw where I was at, and this is where I'm at. I do know that I finished working. I worked on the bunny. I started working on the thing. I don't know if I added more. I don't know where it was there. But this is how much I've worked on. I took this to the retreat and I worked on it. So I'm excited about that. It's coming along. I really would like to finish this. Again, I'm stitching this. Oh, I forgot to give information. I seriously think I'm going to be doing these either weekly or bi-weekly updates. And the reason why is because I'm out of practice and I keep on forgetting. I keep on forgetting to give you the information. So When the Earth Laughs is a Brenda Gervais or with the needle and threads. It is stitched on a 32 count Lugana by Atomic Ranch called Dune. I am stitching this with, of course I did my own color conversion. And give me a second because I was working on it and I did not, see, I was working on it. And see the threads, hanging threads. So I did my own color conversions, and I'm using most threads, and I'm using some color, some classic colorworks, and so I'm using, could it be Santa, Warrior Princess? That's what I did the birdies with, Warrior Princess. Some of it, yes, I did balsam. This was the vase. Chartreuse. Sorry, chartreuse. This one was called Rainbow Set number 8. Beautiful green. This one was called Green Bean Casserole. Log, beautiful brown. Roasting chestnuts, British short hair, marble, and then using the classic colorworks, ladybug. Sorry, I got hairs all over the place. Autumn spice. I think the autumn spice is for the house, and dingberry. Let me have a drink. So I did my own color conversion, and this is what it's looking like so far. And I'm very happy with the colors. I'm very satisfied with the colors, and I'm excited. I'm hoping to work on this month. And I'm gonna explain to you what I mean by hoping to work on this month. I have a good next month, meaning September. I have a good sorry for this number. I keep on forgetting don't say. What else are we working on? Oh, my next one is La Di Da. La Di Da is my first La Di Da. This is, I tell you, last time I said, oh, I've worked. No, all the L's between Lila Crow, no, Lola Crow, Lalida, and Lila Studio. I confuse all of them. This is my first Lalida, and I'm super excited about it. And so the last time I showed, this is where it was at. And dun, 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 I have been, again, hanging thread, but who cares? I'm really excited about it. I know I worked on the birds. I worked on those, I guess you call them sunflower stalks. I guess it's a sunflower stalk or whatever it is. Where's that thing? Here we go. So I worked on the bird. I worked on the birds. I worked on the sunflower stalk, and I started working on that, and then I started working on that. So I've done a good bit. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think I worked on that. I don't even remember what I worked on. So I don't have any rhino rhythm. I literally do, sweetie, stitch what you want when you want. Let me put, I don't know if I put it up long enough. Let me do a second show, because yeah, I didn't realize it was so wrinkly and stuff like that. But it's, I am happy with it. There we go. I stitch what I want when I want. Some days, so this is how I go about it, right? I wake up, unless I have something like, example, like the Halloween stitching that and like Wednesday morning, I go, okay, today's Wednesday, I have to do my little short thing for the 13 weeks of Halloween, and I go, okay, I have to do my 13 weeks of Halloween, so let me do that. So I'll get up and I'll do my little video, and I'll show what I have done and where I'm at, and then I'll do my draw. And then when I do my draw, I'll start working on that one that day, and Wednesday will be my Halloween. And most of the time I get to do the 1,000 stitches that day. If not, the next day, which is a Thursday, I'll finish up the 1,000 stitches. Once I'm done with that on the Thursday, then it's basically free fall. So I basically wake up and go, what am I going to stitch on today? What do I feel like stitching on? Do I feel like stitching on a sampler? Which sampler do I feel like stitching on? Sometimes I go, you know what? I'm enjoying this Halloween project. Let me just keep on stitching on this Halloween project. Sometimes I go, you know what? I don't feel like stitching today. And I don't. Like, if I am not in the mood to stitch, I do not stitch. So I can go 2-3 days without stitching, and I can go days where I'll stitch 900, 700, 1,000 stitches. It just depends on what mood I'm in. And I don't have any designated, unless it's like my friends are doing something, like, because also the stitching cronies, hi ladies, the stitching cronies could go and say, hey, we're stitching this today, and I'll be like, okay, and I'll stitch that with them. So it just depends on what's going on. If there's a designated day where we're gonna be stitching something, then we'll stitch something. And that, so my next one, this one's for my hubby. He's in love with the buggy. It's Bent Creek. This is what it looks like, called Christmas Bug. This is another first. I've never stitched a Bent Creek before, so I'm excited about this one. I did my own colors, because this is what I had. Oh, this is where it was the last time I shared this, and this is where I'm close to finishing it, guys. I'm close to finish. This is, let's see, here we go. So I've practically finished all the snow. I think I have a little bit. No, I think I finished the snow. I have to check it out. I've done this lollipop. This half is done. I just need to finish. Oh, let me put let me put clamps so I could really have it. I'm getting there. So I have put beads. I don't know if you can see the beads, but I have put beads instead of things as for the ornaments. And this is where I'm at. So I just have to finish the lollipop, the beads. I think I have this ribbon right here to finish right here. And I have to finish Mary and it's done. So I'm hoping to have this finished the next time I share this. Isn't it cute? And I've already picked out the frame for it. So it's funny. Hubby likes it. Hubby's like, every time I'm stitching something or I'm getting ready to start a project, he goes, where's the buggy? Did you finish the buggy? You can't start another project until you finish the buggy. And I'm like, it's gonna get finished. It's gonna get finished. He goes, no, I want the buggy. So that's his way of participating and interacting with me in my cross stitch, and I really appreciate that. So that's fun. And then this one is Remember Me. This is what Remember Me looks like. And then this is where Remember Me was the last time I shared it. Needle, sorry, I'm taking a needle out. I'm taking a needle out, sorry. The last time I shared Remember Me, oh, I'm in love with it. And of course, I did my own color conversions. And surprisingly, I don't know why, but surprisingly, I did not I didn't do any more silk for this one. I don't know why. Oh, I forgot to share that the buggy is on a 14 count Ada. I think the color is taupe. I had bought it in Hobby Lobby. It's either toast or taupe, one of those two. And then the I don't know how I forgot to share that. The One Stitch at a Time by Lalida, this one. Yeah, this one. One stitch. It's being stitched on 28 count linen French lace. I'm sorry. Again, I'm out of practice. I'm getting there. I promise. I'm getting there. So, Remember Me by Teresa Kogut is being stitched on a, is it 28 or 32 count? On a 32 count called Star Sapphire. It's a linen. And I think I shared where it was at, and this is where it's. And of course, I've done my own color conversion. This is where it's at right now. I've done my own color conversion. This is a house. I still have to fill in the color of the windows and some of the wall. And I just was like, I want to do flowers and I want to do garden. And as much as I love Teresa, her flowers were dull and dead. I don't know if it's the folk artsy thing. I guess it's a folk artsy thing. I don't know. But I was like, nope, it's a flower garden. Flowers are bright and beautiful. So this is, where am I? Here. This is, but yeah. Super excited. Super excited about this. And the last one I worked on, I think, not including the Halloween ones, because is Celebrations. This is part. I want to thank the OK Stitcher, the Okie Stitcher. She's the one who gave me the word. I was trying to remember what you call the 250th anniversary, because you know, like 100 anniversary is centennial, and bicentennial is the 200 anniversary. So I was asking what you call the 250th anniversary, and she's the one who. I was trying to remember the name, and she's the one who told me what it was, and it's semi-quintennial. if I'm remembering that correctly. And so this is part of the semi-centennial anniversary of America. And if anybody knows, I can be very patriotic in a sense of I'm serving because my 4 children are serving. And I will brag about that. Some people are like, oh, yeah. Yes, I am very braggadocious because I'm very proud of the fact that all 4 of my bad eggs are serving to protect and defend us, to give us the freedom that we have. Because there's no other place in this world that has a freedom that we have. And until you've lived in another country, you don't understand and respect it. Life experiences. And you may not like what I'm saying, and you will unfriend me or unsubscribe to me, and that's okay. I respect you. That's my opinion. And anybody that knows me knows that I will say opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has ones. Well, you know what? I'm going to say it how I say it. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has ones. They fart and they stink. We don't have to agree with it, but we can respect and love everybody. Because that's what we're supposed to be. Love, love, and love. Anyway, I'm off that bandwagon and I'm going to keep on going. This is where it was at. Now, this pattern is divided in 10 sections. And I had said that I was going to try to do a section a month. Who did I lie to? My past self lied to my future me, because that's not working. However, I am proud to say that I did finish section 1, which started in July. I finished it. Oops, it's upside down. And this is where I'm at. So I finished section 1. And I started section 2. I had a couple of boo-boos. I had to frog, and I don't care. I didn't do a good job frogging, but ask me if I care. So this is where I'm at, and it's coming along beautifully. It's coming along beautifully. I am in love. This is being stitched on a 28 count linen opalescent Lucana, hand dyed by me, and I'm using the call for DMC. And I am in love. Isn't it pretty? It is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So this is what I have done so far. I don't know if you've seen enough of it and you want me to think, but we are moving along. And that is part of what I've done. Let me see. What else did I do? Well, I'm going to insert right here a little bit of my, just a little blurb of what I did when I went to my little quilting retreat. I think I had mentioned it and I didn't do it. I don't even remember what I did. Yeah, I'm going to insert right here a little bit of what I did when I went to the quilting. So I'm standing in front of the store called And So It Began. As you can see, some of the ladies have their stuff already packed up. I'm not going to show anyone, but we're all sitting waiting for it to open, and I'm super, super excited. This is a little bit of my table. That is my quilt, and yep, I'm not trying to do anything. This is my finished block. On to the next one. Hey Stitchy friends, this is what my quilt is looking like right now. It's on the wall.
I'm so glad you did those extra colors.
I added some extra colors and I'm really excited about it. This is my Stitchy friends. This is my block. This is block 24 of Grandma's Kitchen, and this is what I've cut. I'm gonna be returning tomorrow and finishing it up. Well, Stitchy friends, today is the end of my Stitchy day. I am heading home. It was awesome, and I have decided to go back tomorrow. So I'll show you tomorrow and see how much I did at the end of tomorrow. Have a great one. Bye-bye. So Stitchy friends, this is what the quilt is going to look like. I forgot to record my second day of quilting, and I hope you enjoyed my little quilting retreat. So now that you've seen that little bit of chaos, my attempt to do a little vlog for quilting. I want to share the little bit of, so that was I think the last weekend of July, right after I did the July 25th video. I want to share, I did some project bags. I'm not a professional, but I wanted to do something, and I'm still working on them because I have a couple more to finish. But I wanted to do some project bags. Two of them are for a friend. She already saw them through FaceTime, through Zoom, because one of them was for her birthday. And I'm like, look, sorry. But I showed her the fabric. I had bought the fabric, and I was like, I was supposed to do it and send it for her birthday, and that didn't work out. So I showed her the fabric. I said, look, I bought the fabric. Here's the fabric. But you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So I'm showing you to let you know, because I figured if I showed her the fabric, it will hold me accountable to make it. So I showed her the fabric, and then when I completed it, I showed her the back. So look how cute it is. And she's super excited. So she knows it's coming, and it's already done. And then of course the inside is purple. See? So it's already done, and she knows, and she's excited about that. And then I showed her, and I did this, and it's a really thing, and she's excited about it, and the inside is that. So I had fun making these project bags. Sorry about the zipper. I keep on forgetting the zipper noise. I'm sorry. This is another one I made. So that was my quilting, my sewing, quilting slash thing. The quilt, it's still in the box. I haven't gone to another sewing day at, so I go to it's and so it began on La Porte. I didn't go this month. I'm hoping to go next month and work on the quilt. I really want to get it done. That's been in my unfinished projects been for 2017. So I really want to get it completed. I want to get it completed, and I want to put it in my on my bed. So that's one of the things that I have to work on. So now I'm going to include a little video, which you're gonna laugh at, again, my jacked up attempt of my retreat. Now, I went to a cross-stitch retreat. Now, this was awesome, and I am already planning to go for next year. And so it's called Red Boot Retreat or something like that. Anyway, they host quilting and cross-stitching and I guess other retreats. Don't ask me where it is because I forgot where it is already. But you can look for Red Boot Retreat or Red Boot something or another on Facebook, and they do that. And anyway, so I am part of the Willow Tree Cross Stitch or Needlepoint or Cross Stitch Guild. I know it's Willow Tree Guild, and they hosted a retreat this year, and they host it towards their members. So you have to be a member to participate in the retreat. And I joined. It was my first retreat with them. I'm a first year member, and I participated in a retreat, and it was awesome. I had an awesome time. This is a little piece of my traveling with one of the retreat members. We carpooled, and a little piece of inside the retreat. I didn't want to infringe on anybody's privacy. I didn't think so. I just did a quick, this is what it looks like, and then I closed it off, and then I forgot because I was having too much fun. I forgot to continue recording. So I'm going to insert that here, and then I'll be back. Hey, everybody. This is Addie from Addie's Cross and Quilts. I'm here with my friend Karina. We're on our way to a stitching retreat. Yes. It is the Willow Tree Stitching Retreat that we're heading to. Today is Thursday, August 7th, and I'm super excited. I will be trying to do vlog. You know me and vlog. Anyway, I will be seeing you later. Bye. To the Red Boot Barn in Texas. Where in Texas are we? Hillsboro, Texas. Yay. I made it. I found my little spot. I'm sitting down. They've got beautiful stuff here. Right now, I'm not going to record on anybody, but this is my little stitchy spot. I changed my chair and I'm getting ready to settle down. This is a quick look of what it looks like. Show and tells that I'm walking into. Look how gorgeous this is. This is a Brenda.
I'm so proud I
Gervais.
just finished the whole thing after 7 years.
This is beautiful with Brenda Gervais. Look at
I'm
this.
working on. I got 3 of mine done. I got to do the other one.
I am so enjoying this.
I have to cut it down because it's an open one. It's just so tedious.
Gorgeous.
I did one.
Gorgeous little stitchy box. It's got it's a little cigar box with this beautiful bird, and then it's a little stitchy box. And look at the needle book. This is gorgeous. Really enjoying this. Here's another show and tell. Look at this gorgeousness. Look at this. Look at this. When the queen is happy, there's peace in the kingdom. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at this little book. I'm not gonna open it, but look how pretty that is.
Oh, Lila, I have something to show you. I finished.
I'm loving this. I'm really loving it. Ah, look at this. Isn't this pretty? I love bees. Look how she finished this. It is so gorgeous. Beautiful. It is gorgeous. So now that you've seen that, let me tell you something. This was one of the gifts that was given to us. Isn't it beautiful? Love it. Another one that was given to us, which I think I already put it away, was a Teresa Kogut pattern, which I've already put it away. I've already so what I do is that's why sometimes you see me put it up like that. What I do is when I'm getting ready when I'm going to stitch a pattern, I take a picture of it through GoodNotes and then I put away the pattern. Sometimes I keep the pattern, sometimes I put it away because anyway. So the one for Teresa Kogut, I've already taken a picture of it and put it away, and I don't know where I put it, and because my room is chaos right now. You don't want to see the chaotic mess I have right now. Anyway, this one was also given to us, and this was given to us by an antique needle worker, and look how beautiful it is. And this one I do want to stitch. So she was kind enough to design it and gift it to us, or I don't know if she designed it and gifted it to us, or she just gifted to us when she heard about because she's also a guild member, even though she's so super excited about that. And then they had, so apparently one of their guild members, I don't know if she passed, I think she passed, but she had a stash. I don't know the whole story, and it's not really my business, but they were selling her stash, and they had a stash room, and they had a stash sale. And besides, because they had, I'm not gonna show the patterns individually, but they had all these patterns, $1 a pattern. And I got some really good patterns. Oh, here's a Teresa Kogut one. Here's the Teresa Kogut one. This one was free. It was on a swap table, so you know I picked that one. It's too cute. Look at the fairy, it's too cute. Look at this. This was $1. I'm super excited to work on that. So they had, this was a Rosewood Manor, and look at this one. I'm doing this one with mauve silk. So I'm not showing you all of them because I was really in love with them, and I was like, okay. It's just some of them were just really, 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 really like, I want to do this. This is too cute. I want to do this. This is too cute. You know, so they had this entire stack. Oh, look what I got for $1. And you know I'm stitching this with mauve silk. Yes, I got this for $1. So I'm really excited about it. You know, like I said, I got this whole stack of patterns. They were $1 each. Some of them are some of them are 98. Some of them like they're older thing, but I had never seen some of these. This has to look at this ink circle. I have never seen. It's a 2006 ink circle. And then there was this. Where is it? Look at this. I don't. A shepherd's book. Look how this cute shepherd's book with the snowman. I mean, it is too cute. And then I had never heard of what's this, the work basket. Look at these. So some of these I had never heard of course, because I had been out of the cross-stitching community for years, and these are people that have been, so I'm really excited about that. And then this is where I got in trouble. You know, my addiction to thread. I think, okay, I think I don't need to buy threads for the next 2 years and I'll be fine. Like, I don't need to buy thread to start a project for the next 2 years and I'll be fine. Which falls great with 2026 plans. So they had, I had never heard of these. I had never heard of them before. I had heard of Carolyn watercolors, which are the silks, which are the cotton to the silks for cotton water lilies. But I had never heard of needle necessities, which I heard can be considered, I have it in my Threadworks. Anyway, they were selling these needle necessities for $1 a skein. Now these needle necessities are are 20 yards. Are 20 yards, and I think they're 6 skeins. They're 20 yards and they're 6 strands at $1 a yard, a skein. Let's just say your friend went cray-cray. Your cross-stitch buddy went cray-cray, because then they had some that were needle necessities, and there were a few that were Carolyn watercolors. Like this one was a Carolyn watercolor. But look how pretty this one is. Look at this purple one. And look at this one. Like, can you imagine having to stitch a tree? You don't have to You don't have to be switching colors. Look at this one for autumn. You don't have to be switching colors. So your stitchy buddy went just a little on the crazy side. Look at this one. This is a Karen water lily, not a lily, color, watercolor. I think it's called sangria. Look how pretty this is. It looks and feels almost like a silk, but I know it's a cotton. So she did go a little cray, but I don't. Sorry for the rattling paper, but I have it wrapped up in tissue paper because. And then they had this little thingy where if you can stick as much DMC, you can stitch, and some of it are older colors, but if you can, however many DMC you can fit in a quarter, a quarter Ziploc bag. The Ziploc bag was $10. You can stitch as many, you can stuff it as much DMC floss as you can for $10. I stuck 167 DMC flosses. Like, of course, I took it out afterwards because I left the bag. But yeah, yours truly is like the bag is literally to here full of DMC flosses. One bag. I'm a good packer. And then there was a trade. Her name, oh God, what was her name? I forgot her name. She was a member. She lived here in Houston. She moved to Tennessee, and then she came back. She came for she still lives in Tennessee, but she came for the retreat. And she gifted every one of us one of these, where she stitched this. And then here is the willow tree stitch. Willow tree. Cross stitch or something like that. I don't know. So, and she gifted us these. It was so sweet of her. I really enjoyed meeting her. She probably got tired of hearing me talk and she moved. No, I was just joking. I know she went to sit, because when they put her, she was in with her cross stitch friend, and then one of the ladies, I think she left early or she moved to another table, and then she moved with her group, which is understandable. And I didn't know anybody, but then I met a few people. I met Miss Freddie and Miss Pat, and we were sitting having a blast. It was fun meeting Miss Freddie and Miss Pat. They were so sweet, and I scolded Miss Freddie because Miss Freddie was like, I want some coffee, but I don't want to make a pot of coffee because it's going to be wasteful. And I was like, go make the coffee. I was like shaking my head, yes. And then I just picked up my coffee mug. I was like, go make the coffee. And then after I did that, I was like, oh, maybe it was a little too aggressive. So I apologized to her. I was like, I'm sorry, Miss Freddie. I didn't mean to be so aggressive. She was like, no, I needed you to be aggressive. I needed to be told. So I felt so bad because I was really aggressive. I was like, go make the coffee. But I really enjoyed myself with the retreat. I'm looking forward to next year's retreat. And then, so yeah, what else? I did do Stitchy Saturday for the library, and I'm hoping to go for first Saturday, which is next Saturday, and then second Saturday at the local LNS. What else? Oh, I forgot. Another acquisition, because this is running into acquisitions. Another acquisition is on Facebook. There was this lady. She was selling. She sold all of these for $50. Was it 50 or $75? It was one or the other. She said six fat quarters. 6 of them. 28 count. I guess she was just getting. There were either colors she didn't like, or she was just getting rid of them. And I was like, me please. Like. It wasn't even up like 4 minutes. I'm like, me please. And what else? So yesterday, Diane and I, we decided we were going to dye some fabrics because I have some things that I want to do. One of them is it runs into plans, but one of the plans that I want to do is I needed a fabric. I need some fabric, and I was like, I don't know. So we made some plans to stick. I've been wanting, like, hey, let's plan a day to dye, because last year we not dye but dye some fabrics, because last year, and I haven't pressed, I haven't trimmed, I haven't zigzagged, so there's string all over the place, and I'm okay with that for now. When I press them, I'll cut off all the strings and I'll zigzag it. It's just dry right now. So last year when we did the dyeing party, it was fun, and but everybody's busy, everybody's doing things. So I had called Diane. I'm like, Diane, what are you doing a Labor Day weekend? And she's like, I'm not really doing anything. I'm like, okay, well, do you want to just hang out for a couple of hours for us to dye some fabric? Because I have like 2 or 3 projects that I really would like to dye some fabric for. And she was like, sure, because me too. So it wasn't like a planned thing. It was more like an impromptu. What are you doing Saturday? I'm not really doing anything. Okay, can I come over? We can dye some fabric. If not, I would have done it myself. Like, I would have stayed home and done it. So I went over to her house, because last time she had come over to my house. This time I went over to her house and we dyed some fabric. Now, I'm gonna be very honest with you. I did not realize I had dyed so many fabrics until I came home to dry them. And they were hanging over the banister, and I was like, did I really dye that many fabrics? Yes, we did. And there's still more to dye, but it's okay, because I was having fun, and I was trying colors, and I was trying different. I was just trying. There's nothing wrong with trying, right? That's how you do. We were trying different bases. I was trying different colors, because like, if you see this one, you'll be like, ew. But I was trying, because sometimes when money tight, you have to figure out how to save money, right? Because next year for me, money's gonna be tight, and that's gonna be part of the 2026 plans and all of that stuff. So here is what colors we came up with, and I'm gonna open some, and some of them I'm not gonna open because it's not gonna be worth opening. Okay. So this is a 14 count opalescent, and I dyed it, and this is going to be, because it's fat 8, I am going to use this for Clovis. Clovis. Diana's birthday is October 16th, and she wants to do Clovis from Nora Corbett. So I'm gonna start Clovis on this, because she's a fairy, and she's got purple. She's got a good bit of purple on her, and I'm like, this is gonna look pretty on purple. So I have to pull the colors and put it on top of it to see how it looks, and I think it's gonna be pretty. So if Clovis doesn't look good on this one, then I'm gonna do it on this one. So look how pretty. So I did those 2. Hand dyed by me, 14 count. Then I think this is an 18 count. I was just playing around with colors. I forgot what I did this for. I don't know. Some of them I wrote what they were for. Some of them I didn't. But I was playing around. It's an 18 count. And I love it. This one, I dyed this because I am going to start, not this birthday, next birthday. Not this birthday. Not this birthday, next birthday. But do you know the memorabilias? They're called mermaids of the deep blue sea. That's what I dyed this for that. The two mermaids that I dyed this for that. So it's a 28 count opalescent Lugana, and I dyed that for. This is what I dyed it for. I gave that ombre look, so they're coming from the deep and they're going up. Isn't that pretty? Yes. I was having fun. I was having fun, and I was trying. I mean, it's not perfect, but I was trying. And it's a 28 count, and I wrote it somewhere. I wrote it on the thing, but I guess it didn't show up. Now write it again. I need to write it, because if I don't write it, I'm gonna forget what it's for. But, and then this one is for Enchanted Mermaid. The Enchanted Mermaid is another memorabilia, and I dyed this one for Enchanted Mermaid. Enchanted Mermaid should have had another. It should have had another name, because she should have been like Enchanted, Enchanted Mermaid Queen, or Queen of Enchanted Mermaid, or something like that. Because the way she sits with her fins sitting thing, and she's sitting, very regally with all of those gems. Like, I wanted to start her this year for my birthday, but I couldn't afford her beads. I'm gonna be very honest with you. Her gems alone. I priced her gems. I'm not talking about just her gems. Just her gems alone at 1, 2, 3 stitch costs $125. I'm not talking about the beads. I'm not talking about the specialty threads. I'm just talking about the gems alone. So that's how pricey she is. But I hand dyed this, and she's gonna be sitting right here. Look how gorgeous. I'm in love. I'm so in love with this. So I had fun. Hand dyeing this. And then this is an 18 count oatmeal Ada, and I dyed it. I tried to do like a peachy thing. It came out a little bit more orange peachy than what I wanted, but I'm still happy with it. And I'm going to stitch Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut on it. I can picture the blues and the browns on it, and I think it's gonna be gorgeous, and I'm really happy with that color. And then I was just playing around. So I had bought, I don't know why, it was monk's cloth, and it looked cool. It looked like 14 count Ada, and I said monk cloth. I'm like, but this looks like 14 count Ada. And I bought it, and I cut it up, and I dyed, and I mean, look at the modeling. The only thing is, I know now to make sure I zigzag it before I try dyeing it. But look how pretty that can. What am I gonna do with it? I have no idea. I've never stitched on it, but it looks like 14 count Ada. Look. So I'm gonna try stitching on it. If it works, it works. That's why I just did those 2 pieces. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then I'll just toss it. And then this was a piece of Monaco natural, and I just put some sage on it. I'm thinking of doing one of Teresa's Halloween pieces. It's the color is sage. It's sage literally, but the way I did it. And I did it on a natural, and I can't get, there it is. That's it. That's the color right there. Look how pretty that looks with all the modeling. So I use Monaco natural color, and then I just put it on the sage, in the sage. And look how pretty that came out. And I think one of Teresa Kogut's Halloween pieces will look really pretty in this. So we'll see how that works. And then this is an 18 count, and it's also I put it in on the sage. It's what's funny is this is also sage. This is also sage. Let me see if I can get the right color. There. That's about right. This is also sage. Look at that. Now this, I got it because I'm going to do Real Comfort, the heartstring samplers, Real Comfort. Yeah, I'm gonna do it on this one. See, I wrote it in the corner what it's for, so that I can make sure I don't think. And this is what it looks like. It's gonna be perfect with the colors that I think we call for colors. So this is going. I have to press it, I think. And again, playing with colors. This was a leftover piece of scrap. It was an 18 count oatmeal, and I dumped it in the sage, the leftover sage bath water to see how it would look. And I'm trying to get the right. That's about right. That's about right. But I thought this would look cute for Halloween, or yeah, a Halloween. And then, so these are both in the same, no, this is an 18 count, and I just dipped it in yellow, and I'm happy with it. Does it have any, I don't even know if it's modeled. I can't even see if it's modeled or not. It has a very light modeling. I'm very happy with the results of this. It has a very light modeling. What am I gonna stitch on it? I have no idea. It just came out cute and I love it. And then this was an 18 count ivory, and I had put a little bit, well, not I, we had put a little bit of tan in the yellow, and it was ivory piece, and we just dumped it in for like 2 minutes and pulled it back out, and this is the color. So it's literally like ivory with a wash of yellow, and it came out perfect. And I'm excited to do a sampler on this color. And look at this one. I mean, look at this one. Look at that. What am I gonna do this? I don't know. This is the 18 count. Look at this. This another leftover piece of 18 count. Look at this. I love this modeling. And then this pink. Because I wanted a pink. For what? I have no idea. And that is all. So what's up? My September plans. What are the plans for September? Do I have a lot of plans for September? Did I not tell you to grab a drink, get a snack? We have a whole bunch of stuff to do. The plans for September. So I think my plans for September are as follows. I think instead of doing this long ass video, because this was a long ass video, or it's gonna be, I think my plans for September is as follows. I am going to either do a bi-weekly update, or I'm just gonna incorporate my 13 weeks of Halloween with my weekly video. And I think I'm gonna do that on Wednesdays, and it's gonna make it easier, and it's gonna be fun, and we're gonna do all of that stuff. So I'm gonna do that starting Wednesday to make it easier. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. Second thing, September is Sampler September. So I am going to be pulling out my samplers, some of them new, because there are a few samplers that I want to work on, that I want to start, and some of them are heartstring samplers that I've had, like, you know, the collection of the cross stitchy ones, the ones that said who let the frogs out, hoop, there it is, whip it good. And why can't I remember the last one? I always remember the first three, but I can never remember the last one. Anyway, you know which ones I'm talking about. When I start it, I'll show you. Anyway, I want to start those. There's some samplers that I am working that are WIPS, and I want to start Real Comfort, which I showed you. That's one of the reasons why I dyed the fabric. And I want to start Let Love Reign, which is, and so that's basically the reason why I got in contact with Diane, and I was like, hey, because if she had said no, I can't do it, I would have done it myself. I don't think I would have had so many fabrics dyed. I would have just been tunnel vision dyeing those two and then called it George. But since we were together, we had all the colors out, we had a blast. Like, I'm surprised I got up this. I'm not surprised. It was the dogs that woke me up, because I'm for those of you who don't know, I am dog sitting my fur grandchildren. So I've got 4 of my fur grandchildren while 2 of my children are deployed. One of them is permanently moved to Japan for the next 3 years, and when they went to fly the dog, their 2 huskies over to Japan, the airline told them no, it was too hot for them to fly their dogs. So they called me and asked, Mom, can we? And of course, it's their children. I'm not gonna have them put them to a rescue, and I'm not gonna have them abandoned. It's like some people don't realize that your dogs are your children. I don't care what anybody says. So I'm like, of course, Of course, when they decide to start crying and talking at 2:30 or 4:30 in the morning, then you become more sleep deprived, especially when your ADHD mind doesn't let you fall asleep until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, that's why my head is all over the place. What was I saying? Sampler September. So when Diana said yes, let's thing, I just took out my bucket that had my dyes and all the fabrics that I had tossed in there that I wanted to dye for fun. Some of these fabrics, I have no idea what I'm going to stitch on it, but you know what? I'm going to press them. I'm going to wrap them up on my comic board. I'm going to put them in that drawer you see right there, that top drawer, along with all the other fabrics that I have. And then when I'm ready to start a new project that I don't need to start, I'm going to just shop for my stash. Especially since Diana and I agreed that come 2026, we are not buying. Well, I'm not. She's gonna support. She's my support buddy. So every time I feel like I'm tempted to buy something, I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna phone a friend, and she's going to her and Dawn, and they're gonna be like, nope, you're a no buy. So the agreement is, come 2026. I am not allowed to buy any new patterns or any fabric or any unnecessary thread unless it's a need and not a want. And when we say need, it's like, example, if I am currently working on a project, and I run out of a thread, then yes, I can purchase it to finish the project. If I don't have a substitute, and it doesn't even mean like, oh, I have to start using that color, because if I haven't put that color in the project and I can substitute it, then I'm substituted. If I have started working with that color, then I can substitute it. But if it's a new project and it calls for that color and I don't have that color, but I can substitute, we can substitute colors then. And I'm good at color conversions anyway. So let's see if I can, my goal is to do the whole year. However, I know me. If I can go 6 months, I'm going to be very proud of myself. Because let's be real. There are too many beautiful, beautiful patterns out there. But my goal is to try to knock down that WIP pile right there. I'm telling you, all of those are WIPs. From the top shelf all the way to the bottom. Those are all WIPs. They're all WIPs. They're not kitted. My kitted are under here. So I don't need to buy any more patterns. And you just saw the bulk of patterns I got. So I don't need. But then you know what? Acquiring and actually having are 2 different hobbies. So how do the sable stitchers call it? Stitch acquired beyond life expectancy? Yeah. That's how they call it. I like them for that. They're like, hey, Anything else? So that is the plans for September, I'm going to be working on sampler September. So I started going through all my WIPS to pull out samplers, and I do have quite a few. And basically, I'm gonna one of those spinny wing. I'm gonna wake up in the morning, and I'm gonna do a spinning wheel, and of course, there are gonna be some days I'm not gonna work on it. Example, Wednesday is when I am going to be doing my Halloween, so definitely. I think Monday I'm still gonna be doing my Manning. I'm gonna start trying to do Manning Monday to see how that works. And what else? Yeah, everything else is on the fly, you know. But I'm going to, the plan is to hit my spinning wheel and whichever sampler comes up. And then that's another thing, because if I'm going to hit the spinning wheel. If I am not in the mood to do that sampler, I'm sorry, I'm spinning the wheel again. Because my personality, if the way my brain works, if I am not in the mood to do it, two things happen. I do a lot of mistakes, or I waste time. I will be on my phone. I will flick on the TV and just flick, like mindless flicking, which I don't watch TV. So for me to turn on the TV and do mindless flicking, you know I'm wasting time, procrastinating. I will do stuff that so I prefer just hitting the thing and read if I'm not in the mood to do it. And that's the plan for September. So I'm going to still be working on my 13 weeks of Halloween. I'm still going to be doing 13 weeks of Halloween, September. I'm still going to be doing my stitchy everything, stitchy days. And I can't think of anything else. I do have plans for at the end of September. We're going to be starting, but I think I'm going to announce that later. But I'm thinking about doing a 12 weeks to Christmas, like how I did a 13 weeks. And then, I forgot. For those of you who are interested, my birthday is October 10th. My birthday is October 10th. I have two plans. The first plan is starting October 10th, besides my birthday start, my plan is to try to work on WIPS so I can have my 55th birthday countdown of trying to finish 55 WIPS for my 55th birthday, because my 55th birthday is next year, October 10th next year is my 55th birthday, right? So it's gonna be 55 WIPS, a finished 55 WIPS for my 55th birthday, which is in 2026, right? That's the first plan. Am I gonna get it done? I don't know, but that's the idea. First plan. The second thing is my birthday start. My birthday start, which I'm planning to do, Bella Filipinas, Belinda from the Magic. It's this one. So I've gotten in touch with Leslie from Under the Sea Fabric, and she's kitted it up, including the called for fabric that Drin had mentioned on his pattern. So I called Leslie and said, Leslie, can you kit it up? That's my birthday gift to me. And she kitted it up, and I'm waiting for her to send it. So I think she's waiting. I don't know what she's waiting for. I know what it is. She's sending everything to me with something else that I had ordered, and she's just waiting for it to come in. And that's going to be my birthday start. So if anybody is interested in starting that with me, it's going to be, if you don't want to do Belinda, you can do any witch, because I'm a witch. I'm just kidding. You can take away the W and put a B. I'm okay with that too. I'm being silly. But if anybody's interested, on October 10th, pull out a WIP that has a witch in it, or if you have the Belinda, and you know, pull it out, and we can do my birthday start, which is Belinda the Witch, and from Bella Filipina. And I will be doing some color conversions. If you're interested, let me know. I'm going to be announcing that on Facebook, on my TikTok. Remember, I am Addie's Cross and Quilts here on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram. That is all for today. Remember, every day may not be great, but there is always good in every day. Smile, because your smile may be the beautiful thing that someone saw today. And until next time, be kind. Love you guys. Bye-bye.